Like to play a turn a moment ago when that ball was stolen away by Keith Erickson. You might recall that Erickson was injured in the opening game that the Bruins played in this tournament against Utah State on Wednesday night. Keith seemed to have his knee collapse on him. At the time he was wearing a knee guard, but he doesn't have one on now. But he's in there to add some height to the Bruins squad, doing a great job. A minute 58 to go. Bruins lead the Colorado Rams by 3 points. Here's Fred.
Press put on, but they get it to Erickson now as UCLA two-time, but he gets it to Hazard. Bruins, of course, will play for the foul here, try to keep the ball. They have a 3-point lead with 1:49. Slaughter, guarded by Green and double teamed. Green all over him. He passes clear to Goodrich. Goodrich to Hazard. Bruins playing keep away now. He drives toward the baseline. Is tripped by Anderson. 1-1 here with Walt Hazard to shoot. Anderson looks, smiles as if, that used up 19 seconds. Steve Bailey reminds me as the Bruins, leading 59-56, are playing for time, and Walt Hazard, with 1:37 remaining, shoots 1-1. Here's an important free throw. No good. Rebound by Colorado State. Now the Aggies have the ball. Here come the Aggies or Rams. In a front court, long bounce pass left corner to Anderson, guarded by Slaughter at the moment. The Bruins switching man for man. New man in here on the outside. Number 22 is Terry Matthews. Shot here is no good at short range. Green shoves it in. Getting the rebound, 59-58. Press put on. Here's Hazard in back court. With Matthews on him, he's going to drive by him, I'm sure, to get in the front court, and he does. Matthews all over him. He looks for company, feeds to Goodrich now. Goodrich drives to the left. They have a 1-point lead only, and a whistle on number 20. Foul on Colorado State. Number 20, Dennis Foster. And that was a pretty smooth move by Goodrich to draw the foul, which is exactly what he did. Now if they can cash in. 1 minute and 6 seconds to go. Goodrich drew the foul. Now he must cash in. A lot rests on this young sophomore from Poly High. Makes it. He made the big one at 60-58. Now if he can cash in on the second, Colorado State will have the ball, but the Bruins would then, we say, have a 3-point lead. Incidentally, we can't say too much for the play of Keith Erickson since he's come into the ball game. Injured, you know, in the first game of the tournament in the first half. He sprained an ankle. He was not used in the second game against St. Louis, did not start this ball game, came in late in this half. And when he did, what he has done to Bill Green has been fantastic. Oh, he scored a few. Second shot by Goodrich is good. 61-58 with 1:05. Long pass to Etheridge. Too long. Out of bounds. Stops the clock at 1:01. Length of the court pass went over Etheridge's head, off his hand, out of bounds. Press put on the Bruins now, bringing it in. Slaughter to Hazard. Hazard drives in the front court. Matthews with it, passes off. Short shot, Erickson. Good. 63-58. Here come the Rams. To Green. Ball stolen by Hazard, taken by Erickson. The Bruins have it with 46 seconds. Hazard dribbling fastly. Has it stolen by Green. He's fouled by Green. With 41 seconds, UCLA 63, Colorado State 58. The Bruins by 5. Slaughter to shoot 1-1. Steve, this has been quite a ball game.
Oh, it's a fabulous game, Fred. You couldn't ask for any more. The fans are on their feet. Everybody's up. Coach Jim Williams is up, and he is giving one of the officials a fare thee well, let me tell you. In fact, Colorado has now called time. So, Merlin, why don't you play that 1-minute spot by Art Baker, then we can get into our post-game show a little sooner. Go right now.
Hazard makes the first of 2 free throws, makes the second, and now he'll get a technical that was called on the Colorado State bench. Hazard shooting 1-1 first, now will shoot the technical called against the Colorado State bench. We knew Jim Williams couldn't keep quiet all night. Made it. Well, there's no doubt now that the championship of the Los Angeles Basketball Classic will go to UCLA with 41 seconds. They have possession of the ball also after that technical. Hazard to pass in, works it into Slaughter. He's fouled by Green. That's all for Green. In our book, let's see, the official score only has 4 for him. However, Frank, we're at odds with it. 40 seconds left. UCLA 66-58. Oh, there are lots of heroes for UCLA in this one. One of them in my book is Erickson. Shot is no good by Slaughter. Grabbed by Hazard. He loses it. It goes out of bounds. Who gets it? Colorado State. With 33 seconds. 8 points the lead for UCLA. Thanks to the free throws and the technical that put him out of reach. Here now in front court, Terry Matthews works at the Foster. Foster drives, passes off to Etheridge. 15-footer by Etheridge off the rim. Tipped in by Green beautifully. Well, he extended his point total, 66-60. Long pass to Slaughter. Here's a cripple. He's just slipped it in. A soft touch. Score 68-60. 12 seconds, 11 seconds. Matthews dribbles up, passes off to Etheridge underneath. Reverse layup block, grabbed by Erickson, loses it to Green on the floor. He's blocked, whistle blows. Foul call. Green will get a chance with 2 seconds left to add to his tournament point total, and that's about it. It's 68-60, and don't forget to stand by because we're going to have the ceremonies for the all-tournament team, for the awards to the players on UCLA and Colorado State, the champions and the runners-up. The all-tournament team and the most valuable player, which we think will be Green or Hazard. Green makes the first. 29. He's going to hit the 30-point mark in a moment if he gets this one. He does. For all 3 tournament games, he's in the 30 mark. Press put on. Hazard throws length of the court. He hit the scoreboard with 2 seconds indicated. Is there any time left? They're going to give it now to Colorado State out of bounds underneath the Colorado State basket, 68-62. Here's the inbounds play. They're really going to... Matthews, an outside shot. Good. That's it. Makes the final score. UCLA 68, Colorado State 64.
Now, fans, stand by because we'll have the closing ceremonies on our Bruin Report show following in a few seconds. Our thanks to statistician Frank Cangelosi, engineer Bob Miller, and studio producer Merlin From the sports arena, it's time for Bruin Report, brought to you by Canada Dry, the complete beverage line with exclusive special sparkle, available now in handy, convenient, no deposit, no return refrigerator bottles. Well, hi once again, everybody. This is Steve Bailey with Fred Hessler, and on our Bruin Report show, we're going to bring you the special closing ceremonies to this great Los Angeles Holiday Classic, the presentation of the trophies and the watches to the UCLA Bruins, who have won this tournament, the first time a Southern California team has won the Classic in the 4 years it has been played. The first year in '59 was won by California, but then it went to Iowa and Ohio State from the Big Ten, but now the UCLA Bruins, winning their 8th game in succession, have won this tremendous game. And Fred, I know you'd like to make a couple of comments before we get into our ceremonies they're setting up on the floor right now.
Well, I'd like to give some credit to somebody who isn't going to get much, probably when the all-tournament teams are named because he was out with an ankle injury, but when Keith Erickson came in, he did a tremendous job on Bill Green and Frank Cangelosi, who does such a fine job statistically for him. He was commenting to me that the first time Green got in there trying to take a shot, he had the biggest surprised expression on his face because he didn't have the ball. Erickson had it. The next time it was jammed down his throat, and also Erickson wasn't afraid of him, and he showed it right off the bat, and that made a big difference.
Okay, Fred, now Doug Moore is making the introduction to the crowd. He is introducing Wilbur Johns of UCLA and Jess Hill of Southern California, along with the tournament queens. In just a moment, we'll have the voice of Wilbur Johns, and here he is.
Now, before we get on with the ceremony, I want to take this opportunity to introduce to you again the queens, the 2 tournament queens, Miss Carol Suchek from University of Southern California on my right, and Miss Gilda Lee from UCLA on my left.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a team, a tournament of the caliber of the Los Angeles Basketball Classic, with 8 great teams, it's unfortunate that every team cannot win. We have right here the finalists tonight, 2 of the finest basketball teams in the country. And it's my pleasure to ask Coach Jim Williams and Captain Bill Green to come out and accept the runner-up finalist trophy.
Big round of applause for Coach Jim Williams and the great Bill Green coming out to accept the runner-up trophy for the Colorado State University Rams from Fort Collins, Colorado. And now here again is Jess Hill.
And now, Coach Johnny Wooden and acting Captain Jim Milhorn, would you please come out? The championship trophy.
A big gold trophy goes to Coach Johnny Wooden of the UCLA Bruins and the pride of Long Beach, Jim Milhorn. The acting captain of the UCLA Bruins. They shake hands now, hold the trophy between them for the benefit of the photographers, and they give them the traditional just one more, and they take another photograph. Now again, Jess Hill.
I invite your attention to the championship trophy awarded by the Los Angeles Sports Arena, the Coliseum Commission, which remains here, upon which will be inscribed UCLA as the champion of the 1962 Classic. Thank you.
Now each of the winning Bruins will receive wristwatches emblematic of their classic tournament victory over Colorado. The Rams put up a valiant fight, lost by a score of 68-64.
As selected by the press and radio covering the L.A. Basketball Classic, and then, of course, will be the announcement of the most valuable player in this 4th L.A. Basketball Classic. It's pretty difficult, I think, for anybody to pick 5 men out of 80 to take part in a tournament. Here's Bill Green being named to the all-tournament team. I think that was a foregone conclusion. This kid is some basketball player.
And Tom, I look up in the stands and see players from other teams who have performed in this tournament. And you know, it's the players. I can see Ron Way over there and Alan Young of the Trojans. They're leading the applause.
Yes, listen, other basketball players recognize other basketball players. They talk among themselves about this guy can do this and this guy can do that, and they know the good one. We've had Walt Hazard and Bill Green, and now from Utah State, Wayne Estes, and he's had to come from out of the stands, and he's a pretty happy boy as he comes onto the court, comes trotting on and gets a fine round of applause. This big fella, 6'5", 240, he's some ball player too. He's tough. Dave Harris from St. Louis University. He's a fine little guard. Played very well for the Billikens, and I don't know where Dave is.
I think they're going out to look for him, though.
Which I think leads credence. Here he comes now out of the stands from the far side, and his teammates are all up giving him a round of applause. Leads authenticity to the report, Jim, because the boys themselves don't know. And here another boy from Utah State, Troy Collier, and some of the fans are shouting, "Oh no!" But Collier's a pretty good ball player too, and here he comes. He's a pretty happy boy too as he bounces out and comes walking across the floor.
Utah State did pretty well on the all-tournament team, Tom.
Yes, they put 2 boys there, Estes and Collier. The Bruins put Hazard. And the other finalist, Colorado State, put on Bill Green, and St. Louis University, the 3rd-place finisher, put on Dave Harris. It's a pretty good ball club, Jim. And while some of the names may not be that familiar, as the all-tournament team of the year ago with Rudimetkin and DePel and Jerry Lucas and Dishinger, well, these boys are good ball players. Make no mistake about it. Bill Green has now been announced as the most valuable player in the tournament, and he'll pick up another big trophy.
Tom, I wonder if there's any chance through the Armed Forces Radio Service that Kirk Patel might be listening to us right now.
He could very well be hearing this broadcast somewhere in deep Cambodia, where he's working with basketball and youngsters over in the Far East. Jimmy?
You know, if your family is in need of a used car,
Bruin